Indiana football just got even more good news after that dominant win over UCLA. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul, together with my buddy Aaron. We are the Big Ten guys. Tune in every day for the latest Big Ten news, insights, analysis. If you're a fan of Indiana or any Big Ten football team, this is the channel for you. So don't miss out. Take just a quick sec. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Got a lot more Hoosier content coming. And then before I get going, give me your thoughts on the game. I mean, what a dominant win. Let me know what impressed you, what you were excited about, what you think of Indiana moving forward. We always enjoy talking football with you guys. So that was nuts. Like, I think there are a lot of people looking at that UCLA game thinking, okay, UCLA is playing some good football. They beat Penn State. They're 3-1 in the Big Ten. They beat a pretty good Maryland team last week. They beat Michigan State on the road by the same exact margin Indiana did. Maybe they can give Indiana a tough time. Well, they did. 50-point win, which here's a crazy stat for you. First off, no team in college football this season, other than Indiana, has won a conference game by 50 or more points. And that was the second time they've done it. The first time was they beat Illinois, if you remember, top 10 team by, 63-10, beat them by 53 points. And I think what's impressive, too, is a lot of people, they're going to discount Illinois, they're going to discount UCLA because of their non-conference. But, like, these are two teams that were playing really good football coming into the game. Like, Illinois had playoff aspirations coming into that Indiana game. Was it a top 10 matchup? Yeah, I think it was a top 10 matchup. And UCLA, like I said, they're 3-1 in the Big Ten coming into this game. Their only loss was the first week after their coach was fired, and they almost beat Northwestern. And people are sleeping on Northwestern. They're 5-3, playing Nebraska tough on the road. Like, that's not a bad football team either. So it's not like this is Purdue, this is Rutgers, this is like the worst of the worst in the Big Ten. These are two solid Big Ten teams that Indiana just absolutely destroyed. And then here is another crazy stat for you. The last Power 4 school with two 50-point conference wins in a single season was Clemson in 2018, and that was the year that they went 15-0 and won the national championship. So Indiana they've been making a lot of Indiana history this year with their rankings, their dominant wins, whatever. They're starting to do things that we haven't seen in college football, like from any team in years. And when you start, I know Clemson's kind of a joke right now, but when you look at those late 20-teen Clemson teams with Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, those were some of the best teams of the 2000s. That was back in an era where Bama, Clemson, Georgia were just several tiers above every single team in the country. And Indiana is looking like that right now. We haven't seen that. I feel like the last few years, people want to hate on NIL, but I think the one thing it's done is there haven't been teams like Bama and Georgia and Clemson were just truly that much better than everyone else. It's starting to look like we might be there again this year with Indiana and Ohio State. Maybe you want to throw Texas A&M in there. They had a good win last night. Personally, I just think LSU's garbage. They haven't beat a single ranked opponent. That's their third loss. I don't even know why they're ranked, but that's neither here nor there. But like I said, this UCLA team had won 3 straight, beat a good Maryland team, beat Penn State, destroyed Michigan State. They were on a run until the Hoosiers just walloped them. And then there's even more good news. Because I know some of you there's people who are like, oh, they've still only beat 2 ranked teams. I don't know how good Illinois is. But Iowa, I don't know if you've been watching them. They're starting to ball out. Just absolutely destroyed Minnesota, coming off a huge win against Nebraska. All of a sudden, Iowa's sitting here 6-2. They should I don't even want to get into a big rant about the Big Ten rankings. They should already be ranked, but they're going to be coming in here hopefully in the top 20 after that win. They'll for sure be ranked. So you can add another road victory to the Indiana Hoosiers resume. And like the rest of the season, this is, there's no cakewalks in the Big Ten, but they got to be probably 20-point favorites in several of these games. I don't see a line yet for the Maryland game, but they're giving Indiana a 91% chance to win that game. And then something else I notice is look how cheap these tickets are at Maryland, at Penn State. Like, especially that Penn State game. A lot of times, those are two expensive places to get tickets. And these fans are just giving them away. They're like, we don't want to watch our team get blown out by 40. Like, teams are starting to almost like defeat themselves before Indiana even plays them because they've just gotten that good. And then something, too, that I think you see from truly, truly dominant teams, let me pull up this box score from yesterday, is like Fernando Heisman Mendoza, as people are calling him, really didn't even have his best game. Threw a pick early. After that pick, he was super efficient as he always is. Turned it around, got it done on the ground, got it done in the air. But like 15 to 22 for 168, that's not blowing anybody away. Like if your Heisman quarterback puts up those numbers in a game, a lot of times you might wonder like, oh, did the other team play him close? But like, no. This is just an Indiana team that is elite in every single aspect of the game. I mean, he sat almost half the game too. He could have, they could have piled it on even more and boosted his Heisman stats, but you got to get his brother in there and give him a chance too to eat. But like this is a team, they can beat you through the air. They can beat you through the ground. They completely overwhelmed UCLA defensively, like right from the get-go. Just pick sixth Nico Amalivia right at the very beginning of the game, set the tone. And like they're just a team, like the truly elite teams do that. It's like it doesn't matter if our quarterback might not have a best game. It doesn't matter if maybe we're not running the ball the best here. Like they can beat you in every single facet of the game. And obviously when they combine all those together, you see games like this where the other team just doesn't even belong on the same field as Indiana. So they continue to make history. Like we're past the point of them making Indiana history. They're starting to look like an all-time college football, like that kind of historically good college football team for any team's history, not just Indiana's. Collision course with Ohio State. Like they're going to cakewalk. Indiana is, I shouldn't keep saying cakewalk. Like Maryland on the road they're a tough team, but I see 4 double-digit wins coming for Indiana, and they'll be 12-0 heading into that Ohio State game. Ohio State, they still got to play Michigan on the road. They've been struggling with Michigan. I'm a Michigan fan, so I hope they struggle again. But regardless, I think you're going to see Indiana versus Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. And I got my money on the Hoosiers. Like, they're playing better football than anybody. Ohio State's been super impressive, but I still think even they haven't been what Indiana has been so far. So, Hoosier fans, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you thought of the game, what you think of their games moving forward, chances against Ohio State. Like, at this point, I know natties and stuff just feel like icing on the cake because things are so good at Indiana, like, compared to what you've dealt with historically. But this is a championship or bust team right now. Like, the playoffs is a given. The Big Ten championship game is a given. Like, it's time for them to take, like, this is a team that the goal is to win the Big Ten, to win the Natty, and they're completely good enough to do that.